I'm going to do the Capricorn energy reading, and this may or may not resonate with you. If it does, take the parts that do resonate. If it does not, leave the parts that do not resonate, as those may be meant for someone else. Burdens. You got some heavy burdens on your back. You got a lot. You feel like things are starting to pile up on you, right? Love that. All right. Things are starting to weigh on you. Starting to pile up. You're feeling overwhelmed by that. Making a choice, not sure what direction to go in. What do you need to look at? We have the King of Swords, and we have what makes you happy, right? What makes you happy? Sometimes when we get overwhelmed, it's like, okay, let me just pare this down to the basics of what makes me happy. What do I want to do? Clouds are clearing. I feel like this is coming in for you, this celebration, this happiness, this Ace of Pentacles, this new you, this feeling physically better, because that could be the Pentacles represents the physical, but could be materialistic things too. Things start happening for you, but I feel like it's almost like you're letting all these burdens pile up on you. Again, feeling all that stress in your back and your shoulders. Time to stretch it out. What else do we have going on here for Capricorn? Having trouble letting go of something because you feel that it's your responsibility to take care of something, or that you're feeling all of this pressure to be a certain way or act a certain way, or that you're supposed to take care of something, or you're supposed to have the burden on your back, that you're supposed to be responsible for all of this, that maybe you're putting maybe is it you doing it to you, that you're putting all this pressure up on yourself, which I always say, set yourself up for success, but did you bite off more than you could chew? That, you know, that saying, and that you're not setting yourself up for success, that you're putting too many expectations on yourself. It's not that you can't reach those goals. It's not that you can't make those things happen, but that it's almost like you're not giving yourself a workable timeline to set yourself up for success, where you know you can make that happen. Sometimes we do that, like we have these huge ambitions, which is a good thing, and I'm not saying not to have that, but it's also like, don't try and do too many things at once, because if you know that you're not going to be able to succeed at it, or it's going to become too much, that's like, I do the same thing. I'm a Capricorn sun and a Capricorn rising, and I have all of these great ideas to do all of these different things, and I want to do this and that and this and that, and it's like I've had to learn to pare that down and say, okay, what do I know that I can actually get done, and I can actually accomplish, and I can actually achieve? Because if I tell myself that I'm going to do all of these things and I don't get them done, then I get angry with myself, and I get frustrated with myself, and I start to go into the negative, because I'm like, oh, you know, I'm a failure, I can't get this done, and then my head would start to go in a bad place. But it was because it was like I was setting myself up for failure, because there was no way I would be able to accomplish all those things. So I feel like it's looking at setting yourself up for success, so that if you have goals or things that you want to do, that you know, okay, I can accomplish that, right? That I can get that done. And I almost feel like it's this, like you're feeling bogged down, like you're responsible to do all of these things, but it's like putting that timeline on, that you know that you can accomplish them and get them done. Yes, you have big dreams and you have big goals and you have achievements that you want to achieve, but kind of stepping back and say, okay, what's a better timeline for me? What's a better way that I know that I can achieve those, and I can have those, and I can continue to build my own confidence and have that faith and belief in myself that I can get things done, right? That I can achieve those and make them happen. Sometimes it's like, like the clouds are clearing. Like we realize, okay, you know what? When I really sit down and I think about it, that is something that I have to change, that I do have to turn things around, that, yeah, I don't want to stop my progression. I don't want to stop my goals, but I have to do it at a pace that works better for me. And also helping to delegate if there's people that you have that can help you out in the situation, having that partnership, working together. Sometimes we feel like, no, I want to do everything, right? Sometimes we feel like, no, I'm the only one that can do it the right way. You know, and then it's like, you know, people ask, you know, can I help you? Can I help you? And you're like, no, because you know that sometimes you just have to let that go, right? And just have those other people that help you, and look for that support that can help you or ease your burden, right? Kind of looking back over and saying, okay, you know what? I do want your help. You know, what you feel comfortable with delegating to the other person, and say, you know what, I do need your help. It would be helpful. Let's work together. Let's work on the partnership. Let's work together as a team instead of fighting against each other. Sometimes it's like we just have to really look at what's going on around us, right? Taking a stop and looking at what's really going on around us to see, okay, what are those things that we can change? What are those things that we can do? All right, let's see what else we got. Yeah, okay. 3 of Swords, looking at things from a different perspective, rising above the situation, see who's supporting us and on our side, and see who's not. We have having that new game plan, right? Stopping and having a new game plan to make things happen and set things up for success. Celebrating the small wins. Oh, excuse me. Ooh. All right. This could represent that financial security. It's doing those things that are best for you, looking out for you. We have the 5 of Wands, and then we have making it happen, right? There could be some rearranging, some adjustments, but then coming together. It's almost like going apart, but then coming back together bigger and stronger and better than ever before. I feel like one more. Temperance, patience. Everything's going to work out, but you just have to give it time, right? You just have to give it time. This is a process that you're going through. Seeing things from a different perspective. Looking at things differently. Celebrating the small wins, working together. Where can you get that support from? Where can you get that help from? Who is on your side to help you? Letting go of what's holding you back, but having that transformation and change and turning things around for you. It could be this 3 of Swords that is a heavy burden on your heart, that there's some energy, something that happened, right? That you're kind of staying in this energy, and this is what you need to see and you need to let go of, right? You need to let go of this 3 of Swords because it's holding you back. Looking at it and focusing on it and moving away from it. I just feel like this is something that is going to take you time for you to realize and to see. But at least if you see it, then you know you can change it and you can work with it, right? But when you're just plodding along and you're carrying all this weight on your shoulders and you're just going through things, like it's just like, okay, I got to make some changes here. I got to stop. Chop wood. It's time for me to get to work. It's time for me to make things happen. We have Yang, which represents the masculine power of action, and it's time to act, right? Take the lead in the situation and starting to make things happen. Exactly, with the chop wood. Make things happen. Time to make things happen. Get yourself out of this 10 of Wands energy and piling all these things up on your shoulders. How can you change that? Are you doing it to yourself? Are others doing it to you? Is it all around you? How do you change it? How do you let it go? How do you release it? Journey, you're on a journey. Without a doubt, you're on a journey. You're on a journey to release this 10 of Wands, and then we have door to romance. Loving yourself, right? Surrounding yourself with those people that support you, those partners that you have, those people that are there to work with you and to help you through those situations where you're struggling. If you're struggling, don't always feel like you have to take the burden on yourself. That if you have support around you, to reach out to that support, right? To reach out. Sometimes maybe you're going back and forth and you're like, should I reach out? Should I go for this person or should I not? But then you'll never know unless you take a chance, right? And you reach out. And sometimes happy surprises. Culmination, completion, and renewal. Definitely with the Death card. Completion of saying, hey, I'm not going to take all this burden. I'm not going to put it all on my back. I'm not going to put it all on my shoulders. Whether I'm doing it to myself or someone or a situation or triggers that are around me. I'm not going to deal with this anymore. I'm going to change it. I'm going to make things change. And I'm going to focus on the positive. And how do I do that? But if I just sit there and I keep doing this, nothing's going to change. It's time for me to chop wood, and it's time for me to get into the power of action and change things. If I'm not happy with someone, if I want change, I have to be change. That's what I always say. If you want change, you have to be change. All right, so let's grab. We have Hummingbird Spirit. Be here now. Looking at the now. How are you feeling right now, right? In this moment, how are you truly feeling? This moment, what's going through your head? I say grab a piece of paper. If you're struggling with this, grab a piece of paper and ask yourself, be here now, and write everything that you're thinking, right? Negative, positive, what are all these ideas? And write all those things down on a piece of paper and get those out and look at those and sort through them and see how many are negative, how many are positive, what's on my mind, what am I thinking? Sometimes we have so many things swirling on our head, we don't even know what we're thinking. But get it out, get it on that piece of paper, right? So that you can see it and to release that and go from there. We have act as if, and I feel like it's kind of putting yourself in that energy of, yes, I want to make these changes. They haven't changed yet. But how am I going to, if I start working on myself and I start releasing this 10 of Wands and I start feeling better, what does that feel like to me? How good will that feel, right? If I start taking actions, if I start chopping wood, if I start making things happen, right? How good is that going to feel? Right? Almost imagining, okay, if I release all of these 10 of Wands in my back, how is that going to feel? That's going to feel pretty dang amazing. All right? That's going to feel really amazing. And how do I make that happen, right? Being here now, releasing those things, right? Going on this journey, finding solutions. All right, I'm going to do another crystal card. All right, we had those two pop over. We have turquoise, which is very pretty. That is peace, tranquility, and patience. Tranquil and calm, turquoise reminds you that there are gifts in the everyday and each moment in your life matters. Small things add up and become big things over time. Have patience for all your labors of love, including yourself. Regarded as a bridge between heaven and earth, turquoise is a sacred stone in many Native American traditions and is used as a source of healing and connection. Linked to the heavens within yourself, the parts that bring you joy remind you of your own inner magic, right? That kind of goes with the yang, making things happen. And then we have this one here, which is hematite, which is this stone here, which I love this stone. Grounding, magnetic pull, focus. Hematite has the ability to absorb negative emotions and create strong energetic boundaries. Its authoritarian force releases self-imposed limitations. A powerful stone to use in grounding oneself. Activates the root chakra and balances out the 7 chakras by pulling toxicity from your aura. Deriving from the Latin word for blood, hematite cleanses the blood in the body by promoting circulation and energizing the nervous system to begin anew. Use hematite when you need that extra boost. And I'll tell you that with this stone, like this has definitely helped me. Like there's been times when I feel super stressed or I feel a lot of anxiety, or like I'll hold on to this stone and it's no joke. I do feel that it releases that toxic energy. And without a doubt, I will say that this has definitely helped for me. So that's again in this reading, is to pull that negativity, pull that toxicity out, right? Focusing and working on those things that are important to you and making things happen, having that peace within yourself and having patience for yourself, right? Sometimes we don't have any patience and we're like, well, I already want to be where I want to go. Right? I already want to be in this happy place. But it's like, this is a lesson for you to learn on how to love yourself and how to make those changes, that if you're feeling that the wands are piling up, how do I release those? How do I let those go? It's time for me to take some time out for myself, to work on myself and to let those things go, right? That's your journey. Working on those things. All right, we have the Dove, freedom, freeing yourself from that. Lock and the key. You have the key and you have the lock. You have the key to unlock those anxieties. We have the Horse, which I feel like horse represents freedom, but also action, right? If you want freedom, how do you make that happen? Okay, I can't pick up the key. We have the key in the heart, right? The key to your own heart. That's what you have to unlock first. And then we have forever. Forever changing your life and forever working on yourself and freeing yourself, right? Freeing yourself from those burdens that we're always going to have challenges. We're always going to have those times where we feel the weight on our shoulders, but we're like, hey, I see that there. I feel that there. How can I change that? How can I release that? How can I let that go? All right. Thank you so much for watching. As always, stay positive, stay safe, and I will see you next time.